jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world combat sports. Talking way too much, world combat sports. Talking way too much, world combat
WCS back on the boulevard once again. Big shout out to the WCS supporters as always, man. You know, the first day after Christmas, man, heading into the New Year's. Salute to everyone that's in the building. Mr. Pass on deck, man. What's good with it? Salute to you being the first in the building today. Y'all continue to hit the like button when you come in, man. Just hit the like button. Hit the like. Like. Come on, man. Shout out to Mr. Gumbo, a.k.a. Hot Grease, on deck with it. What's good, Gumbo? Salute at WCS, my brother. Salute to you, man. Good to see you on deck. Gumbo, salute. D-Lo 40 Boxing on deck. Salute all. What's good with it, brother? Shaw News to Sauce Experience, a.k.a. Showtime Shaw on deck. Happy holiday, WCS in the chat, Mr. Gumbo, Mr. Paz. Happy holiday to everyone that's in the building, man. You already know what it is, man. Back with the hot grease once again. You know what I'm saying? Back with some hot grease once again. I got the exclusive medical evidence and photos for Jermell Charlo. Absolutely, it's going to blow your mind. It's going to blow your mind. After all this that's been going on with him putting out the fight the last minute, somebody was good to me. You know what I'm saying? Somebody was very, very good to me. So, you know, let's get to some of the comments. Hey, WCS, apparently Tony Harrison tried to put his name in the hat, so to speak, and try to step in against Zoo. Do you think that would be a decent replacement? I'm going to get to that. I did read that. I did read it. And we definitely going to talk about it after I run through this first half. Andrew Charles on deck, man. What's good with it, Andrew? So, let's get it popping. As you already know, Jermell Charlo, you know what I'm saying? 35 victories, 1 defeat, 1 draw, 19 KOs, right? He is the super welterweight undisputed. All right, age 32. You know, he was set to step in the ring February 28th against Tim Tszyu, who is undefeated 21-0, as we know it. And he was going to challenge for them titles. Unfortunately, due to the circumstances, all of a sudden, Jermell Charlo breaks his hand damn near for the first time in his entire career. Now, let's not forget, he was able to go in there and defeat Brian Castaño back in May of this year. All right? He did fight this year now. But he was set to step in the square to jumpstart 2023. All right? So, let's get down to the medical paperwork that actually came across my desk. And this is from the Houston Methodist Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. It seems like it's very expensive, and there's highly qualified physicians to help you in any given circumstance that you have. So as you see down there where the arrow's at, December 23rd, patient Jermell Charlo, and also it gives his birthday and the date of the visit. All right. So that should be enough for you all to understand that allegedly, he checked himself in. It says, to whom it may concern, Jermell Charlo was seen in my clinic on 12/23/2022. He had sustained a left scaphoid fracture and fifth metacarpal base fracture. He will be placed in a short arm cast at this time. It is my recommendation that Jermell should refrain from upper extremity training that involves impact for 2 months. If you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to call. Well, guess what? I absolutely called them up. I thought it would be within my just due to call them up. Real talk. I had to get a little bit more information on this and kind of break it down to those individuals who have questions about Jermell's situation. First of all, he went to a Methodist orthopedic, facility up in Houston. All right. And, ortho can stand for many things, straight, upright, correct. But he himself, we want to kind of give a little bit more clarification onto what he injured. They mentioned the metacarpal, okay? All right. The upper part of your hand, he injured his left hand. The upper part where you have from the base of your fingers up to the top of the distal, all right? You have the distal, and you have the middle, and you have the proximal. Okay, those are the three sections of your fingers. You can bend your fingers and stuff like that. His injury was at the base, the body of the hand, the metacarpal, the palm. All right. The fifth is below the pinky. All right. The fifth is below the pinky. All right. You go from right to left and count your fingers. All right. And then, of course, you have the carpal, which is the wrist. All right. Below the wrist is considered the radius. So the entire hand is called a phalange. Okay. So let's get to the evidence at hand that I have on Jermell Charlo. And hit the like button, man. It was a lot for me to get this evidence. But hopefully y'all can understand how I break this down. And provide you a bit more clarification medically. This is for educational purpose only, period. You know what I'm saying? This is not me giving you information as if I'm working at the Houston clinic. That is not it. All right. So, let me bring up excuse me a minute to bring this up. And we're going to talk about some things. All right. So what you see right here, okay, let me back this up a little bit. This is what I want you to see. That is a transparency MRI of Jermell Charlo as before he was being seen by his doctor. Within this, medical physicians and medical facilities has improved so much with technology. They can basically pinpoint the radiated areas of pain. And this was Jermell Charlo when he was in there and he was waiting to be seen by his doctor. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing the technology that has came to the forefront and how they basically changing history. But that's actually Jermell Charlo sitting there in a virtual MRI scan. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing how medicine works this day. Let's go forward. This right here is how Jermell's hand, when they initially took the x-ray, you know what I'm saying? It was pretty messed up. They're not sure what he was actually boxing, and I cannot neither confirm or deny if this is his actual hand, but when they sent me the evidence and everything and the pictures, that is his phalange. All right? That is the whole metacarpal carpal. That is the fingers that you see pulled off to the side. Something drastic happened. I'm not sure what happened. You know, they wouldn't go into detail due to the, point of believing that they may be recorded or whatever the case may be. But this was an x-ray, the first x-ray of Jermell Charlo's hand, allegedly. And it looked pretty messed up. I mean, I don't know if he'd ever be able to step back in the square or not. I know he was very, very eager to go in there and defend those belts. I know it couldn't get any more perfect over there at the PBC to have him go in there and for a championship showcase again, because he is the undisputed super welterweight world champion. And I felt that Tim Tszyu would be a great opponent for him. Let's keep it moving. Now this right here is his hand from a different angle. The guy said it was pretty amazing when he took a different x-ray at a different angle. You know, he took a second and third x-ray of a different angle. It almost looked like a lion's paw. You know what I'm saying? And he was saying due to this x-ray coming out the way it was, that it'll be able to heal a little bit quicker than human hands. And I was trying to explain to him, I said, well, they always talking about lions only. And he said, yeah, pretty much that may be a little bit of lion pup in their DNA. That's why I showed up on the x-rays. For real. That's why I showed up on the x-rays. But I couldn't believe when I seen this side x-ray that it actually presented that. You know what I'm saying? It actually gave you that lion-like diagram. You know what I'm saying, of his muscular skeletor of the phalange of the entire hand. It's just amazing how medicine has come along to make this look as real as possible. This right here is one of the physicians who I was speaking to. He was basically, through a Zoom call, he was explaining to me what exactly the damage was after he, the hand will look, how the hand will look once it's back in place and everything, and they repair. You know what I'm saying? This is how it will look, minus the pinky that was severely damaged, you know what I'm saying, among other things. But the pinky being a smaller metacarpal, you know what I'm saying, that's going to be the crazy part about it. He's hoping that within the time frame of 2 months that this whole deal ends up and heals correctly. But you still see a minor fracture that's over there. And this is like a projection on how the hand should look once it heals up. And he may possibly return back to the ring. I'm not sure. Now these right here, these are exercises that the doctor told me that he provided for Jermell Charlo. It's just basic extension, 12 to 6, bending, going from the distal to the proximal, you know what I'm saying? And just basically bending it down into like a R shape, just to flex those joints and get the strength back in his hands once he start the rehabilitation process. And then, of course, the closed fist, which Jermell Charlo should know a lot about. That closed fist is what he does in the profession. You know what I'm saying? He's a boxer. That closed fist, it's going to take him a long time to be able to close his hand all the way, to where it feels naturally with him with these gloves. But I was shocked when I found out what glove he was actually using before he injured his hand. Real talk. I was actually taken back by that because it just didn't make sense why he would be using them type of gloves. You know what I'm saying? This right here is the glove, supposedly, one of the gloves that they gave me. Somebody took a damn selfie, a picture that he was using this glove to hit the heavy bag and somehow, injured his hand. I don't know what's going on, man. Maybe it was defective material. Maybe something, I don't know, allegedly. Maybe something went wrong. I'm not sure. But all this is just alleged freaking timelines that he injured his hand and how bad it really was. I'm not a physician. I'm not qualified. It's outside my scope. I just thought I'd try to bring it to you as much as I possibly can. And, try to give you a sense of what really happened with Jermell Charlo's hand. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully y'all can get something from that. Also, I did want to talk to you all about Errol Spence Jr. He happened to be over there in Texas too, right? So I said to myself, why don't I give y'all just a smidget, a double hitter of, Errol Spence Jr. and some pictures that, people seeing you behind the scenes. So when I ran into this, right, I couldn't believe it. Someone sent me a picture right after the accident, and this was allegedly Errol Spence holding his knee. Now, I couldn't get a picture of him next to the car. I don't know if this is a picture when he decided to hit the road and do some road work for the first time in 3 months, and his knee was a little tender. But they was telling me that this was a picture of Errol Spence, near that car accident and everything, right before that. So he might have been running at the time because the background looks a little bit lighter. You know what I'm saying? But somebody told me that this was damn near close to the accident of his knee already being jacked up because he ain't used to doing that road work. He ain't been working out, so his knee was a little tender. All right? This, I was told, is the 14-year-old, and he was seen down the street on the same pathway that Errol Spence was jogging on, and he was holding his ankle too. I guess he tried to flee the scene and everything, and somebody ended up catching some pictures, and I was like saying to myself, damn, that's good. You got some people out here on the job, But him too had an x-ray. Errol Spence came in there with an x-ray, and believe it or not, it wasn't his knee, y'all. Allegedly, this x-ray shows the breakage. Now, we don't know if this was from the accident, of course, or anything else, but allegedly, this is the x-ray of his leg, seriously, being snapped in half. So he's not going to be able to step in there with Crawford anytime soon with his leg looking like that. And then if you pay attention to when he was at the Frank Martin fight, you can see that he was severely limping from this break. Real talk, he was severely limping. He was gimp. You know what I'm saying? He was damn near, they was looking for a scooter for him to walk because he was in so much pain. And I'm looking at this break. I say, how can he recover the way he did with a break this severe? You feel me? So this is allegedly, this is not anything that I can lay claim to, but I just wanted to give you a two-part breakdown of Jermell Charlo's freaking medical coming to my desk. And then, some pictures that people sent of, Errol Spence and allegedly 14-year-old. They did have sightings. People did take pictures. And then also the x-ray that showed up allegedly. So, hey, you can take what you take from that. Let me go back and see what's going on in the chat. And, and get to this speculation and see what you, the listeners, have to say. You feel me? I want to see what you, the listeners, have to say about that. Rockman, what's good? The first x-ray looked like a lion's mangled his hand. Punching his keychain. Wait, he was wearing a keychain glove. CMD Boxer Report, salute. What's good? Don't be mad at me because some of this shit I can't take serious. Don't be mad at me. I don't want to hear nothing, man. I don't want to hear nothing. You got people on here every day making a fool of themselves, lying on Crawford and everything. Don't get mad at me because some shit I ain't gonna take serious. Don't get mad at me, man. Don't get mad at me. Shout out to Bruce Gaz, Boxing, Jazz, and more on deck with it, OG. How you feeling, man? Peace, Scotty. Salute to you there, Bruce. Wow, is this an actual x-ray of Errol Spencer's leg? Allegedly, that was it. It was snap. I was like, damn, all this time I was doubting the man. You know what I'm saying? I was doubting the man because I was talking to some people. I say, damn, he looked just fine when he was at the Frank Martin fight. He looked straight. But then, obviously, I looked back at it again, and he was seriously limping. And I was thinking to myself, I felt kind of bad. I say, damn, he actually had a full-blown break all the way through, allegedly, and that he was sucking up that pain like that. And then not only that, he was able to walk out the ring with a break like that. I'm just trying to see if it was like the soccer, the spray that they spray on the athlete's legs. When you see the World Cup and stuff, they just spray that spray on there and everything goes away. I don't know, bro. What is this? I don't know. Gumbo say he's done. Man, what they want to happen, man? It's the day after Christmas, man. These cats up here, damn, putting information out, man. I thought my presentation was pretty damn good, dog. I kind of went over the phalange, you know, the hand and shit. You know what I'm saying? I went over the distals. I just went over everything. The sections of the hand, the proximal. You know what I'm saying? I just went on damn near everything I can go over. You know what I'm saying? The middle and the proximal, and then the metacarpals and the carpals. Just giving you the whole breakdown of the hand so that Jermell Charlo can have more credibility out here in these streets. Because, you know, truth be told, I'm not going to lie to you, right? I remember when he was on Tony Harrison about faking an injury. I remember he was on Tony Harrison about him hurting his ankle, about faking the injury. But then, you know, somehow the Pullout Boys all have been injured in 2022. Now, grouping this all together, I might be on to something. You know what I'm saying? I'm just lacking the pieces of evidence that I need to present for opening argument. But I might be on to something, man. I put it out there. The Pullout Boys, man, they all are underneath the same umbrella. I told people that it seemed like Al Heyman has his hands in BLK. There's such a situation going on over there with Showtime. They plan on aborting missions, supposedly. It's a whole lot of things going on behind the scenes. And just maybe certain people are trying to grow another boxing garden over there and put those fighters over there and make sure he still make that money. It's some things that's going on, man. It's some things going on. Three fighters, all of them champions. They pull out. Jermell Charlo, Errol Spence, Jermell Charlo, all of them beneath the umbra of Al Heyman. I got it. Rothman said, man, I thought you were serious at first. I was serious. What do you mean? Thought I was serious? I was serious. I was seriously giving you a presentation of what I believe to be evidence. That's what I was doing, Rothman. Come on, man. That's what I was doing. Yeah, sources. Reports. Sources, reports. I didn't have to provide no sources. Inactivity can lead to loss of bone density. See, Bruce is up here. See, he's dropping those gems. Inactivity can lead to loss of bone density. So let me assume he's trying to say that there's been inactivity by, of course, Jermell Charlo, because he hasn't fought since June of last year. So he's been extremely inactive. You know what I'm saying? And disappointing that he's not stepping back in here. And then when you look at Mel Charlo, his is not that bad. You know what I'm saying? He stepped in there with May of this year. So by the time he stepped back into the ring, it would be over a year. Errol Spence stepped in here April. By the time he decided to step back in the ring, it would be about a year. So their bone density is going to be in question, for real. That's going to be a serious, serious concern, Bruce. Due to this inactivity and this once a freaking year type deal on the annual calendar. It's all going to be question marks, concerns, man. It's going to raise doubt and red flags. What's going on? Rakeem said the picture showing the broken leg of EJ can't be true. If it was, he would be in a cast. I had a cast from a fracture, and a broken bone is worse than a fracture. Okay, Rakeem, I don't know what you want me to say, bro. If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's all good. It's the day after Christmas, brother. If you don't get it, you don't get it, man. I'm definitely not going to argue down trying to explain to me he should be in a freaking cast. Rocky, I cannot believe you wasted your life trying to explain that he should be in a cast if that was his x-ray, bro. No shit. No shit, dog. The sad is you can't make this shit up. I'm not sure of that now. Hey, dog, I think you can make it up on their end. It's a lot of things that's going on in their end, bro, that doesn't add up. We're all waiting for them to jumpstart. Well, we was waiting for freaking Jermell Charlo to get back in there. He pulled out of the fight early this year, so that was postponed. And then we already know the whole entire old news, the rear view reporting of Spence Crawford. And for anybody who's still talking about this, when it's such old news, it's old stale news. If you're not willing to give Crawford his flowers and say, damn, he made a damn good decision standing up and about facing and getting the hell up out of there, when he's seen all the freaking signs, he's seen all the signs that this was not something that was going to benefit him, and he bounced. What a smart man. What a smart man. When it comes down to the boxing business, what a smart man. Seriously. I don't blame him at all. But the way the report says, he's going to be out for 2 months. Shout out to Tony Oswell on deck, man. Much respect at World Combat Sports. Happy holidays, my brother. Salute to the chat. Salute to you, Tony. Happy holidays to you and your family, brother. Happy holidays to you and the family. Everybody that's in the building, happy holidays. It's the day after Christmas, man. You already know. We at it again. Don't come over here with all that serious stuff. Because, you know what I'm saying, and act like I can't have some fun too. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you want me to be putting out clickbait, fake ass news every day, or every now and then give you some freaking comedy? Okay, it's not that hard to choose from. Okay, Rakeem, come over here. Well, hey, I'm gonna be honest with you, WCS man. I'm just gonna, as I pay close attention and I put in some goddamn increase in the search engines. What you saying just isn't adding up. If he truly had a break like that, he should have had a cast on at the Frank Martin fight. I just didn't see it. I didn't see it. My friends didn't see it. My shadow didn't see it. And of course, no one else saw it. So why are you doing it, dude? Why are you putting this information out? All right, can you come over here trying to break shit down like he about to give a brief to the staff? You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, in all of my years in profession, I'm just saying, with a break like that, and you go up here and put it out to social media that this is the actual x-ray, that's not true, because it's social media footage out there that's saying Errol Spence was walking just fine. So if you're going to allow me in your chat, okay, as a supporter, I'm not sure if you believe I subscribed or not, but I'm getting around to that. Let's just try to be better. Let's just try to be better when it comes to Errol Spence, okay? Treat his name in a healthy light. You know? Stop harassing him. Robin said, thank Al Heyman. Tony said, wasn't supposed to be Jermell had back issues. But come to find out, Ronnie Shields said his mind wasn't in the right place to take a fight because of his divorce. Oh, God damn. You just didn't drop that, did you, Tony? God damn, be careful on that needle. When you put that needle on the record and it starts to play, man, you got to be careful, bro. You got to make sure that's the right song that you want the people to hear. So you're trying to explain and tell the people that Ronnie Shields, Jermell Charlo's trainer, said Jermell's mind wasn't in the right place to take the fight because of his divorce. And we remember his confidant, his spouse, did jump on social media, and she did put some very harsh information out there that say he was never going to box again. You know what I'm saying? His house is going to be foreclosed. I mean, I can't see how that's happening when next door your twin brothers taking pictures with the freaking undisputed titles. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that your girl should have never came on social media talking that, because you got a twin. You know how y'all be hugging on each other, clicking your head to the side and shit. You know what I'm saying? She and Charlo's lines only. There's no way that she ever should have jumped on here and put that business out there. But we have seen in the past that Charlos love to make social media their echo point. They love to be out here airing out their personal business. You know what I'm saying? They love it. They some disrespectful dudes. More Jermell Charlo. I think if you put Jermell Charlo in a different country away from his brother, he'd be the most down to earth dude. But every now and then, both of them link up, and all the chromosomes and the testosterone and everything that they have related, hereditary, they both are rambunctious. You know what I'm saying? But still, Jermell Charlo is the more calmer, Sung-Freud twin, and Mel is the more cantankerous. You feel me? That's fact. God damn, Tony. That's some damning information. You know what I'm saying? And I can understand. We're talking about humans, man. We're talking about humans. You know, he has feelings, man. He has shit that's going on in his life, real talk. And a woman would do that to you, bro. A woman would do that to you. I ain't gonna lie, man. Man, a woman can do that to you, bro. Kids can do it to you. You thinking about family. You thinking about your girl. You want to stay together because, you know, they put that saying out there, it's cheaper to keep her. In a lot of ways, that is true. But what you gonna pay in the lifetime of being in a situation that you just keeping a Band-Aid on because you have kids, it's gonna come out more expensive than you ever thought. It's gonna cost you more than you ever could pay monetarily. Because that pain you're going to experience mentally and psychologically is crazy. Shanu say Tank Davis fought Isaac Cruz for 8 rounds with a broken hand. See? Y'all at it again. But they're going to tell you, hey, this is what they're going to tell you there, Showtime. This is what they're going to say. First of all, he need to mind his business. Second, Tank Davis already had his hands wrapped up. You know what I'm saying? So his adrenaline was already at an all-time high when he broke his finger with that left uppercut, and it kind of bounced off at an awkward angle on Isaac Cruz. But his hands was already wrapped up. So any boxer will tell you that if you break your hand while you're fighting, sometimes, combine the two with it being already wrapped up, supported real tight with hand wraps and tape and all that, and also the adrenaline level, you can keep it going. That's what they're going to tell you, Showtime. They're going to say, nah, his hand was already wrapped. My hand was not. You know what I'm saying? The distal and the breakage, the fracture, no, all that shit came in practice, and it was just hurting me something crucial. So I had to go there to the Houston Orthopedic, the Methodist Orthopedic, facility and get it looked up. I got it. PBC is a soap opera production company. They sidelined Keith Thurman so Spence could shine. Ooh, God damn, what y'all sipping on, man? What are y'all sipping on tonight, man? God damn. Y'all just over here dropping Scud missiles on them, bro. Damn. And listen, I thought they was about to give Keith Thurman some love, but I guess that got shut down. Keith Thurman has to understand, Errol Spence isn't the only fighter that he can fight at PBC. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Keith. Come on. He's not the only fighter. Y'all smash the like button and show support and thank you for the views. Appreciate you, Tony. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you. Hit the like button. It's only 15 likes, and it's more people than that, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Obviously. It's more people on deck than 15. Dead Game Boxing, salute to you. Appreciate that shot. New Showtime. Smash the like button. WCS Solid Boxing Content. Salute to you. People always trying to hold me accountable. I can't have no fun. I can't sit up here and make my listeners laugh a little bit during the holidays. You got people that's been lying for the last 6 months, and they still be over there. I know it's lies, but I'm liking it. I know it's lies, but I'm liking it. Liking it. I know it's bold-faced lies, but I'm liking it. Yeah, get out of here. Lost Art of Boxing, the LAB on deck, man. Say it ain't so. Tony B said it ain't so. Yeah, man. I gave a whole breakdown. You have to hit the replay. I had the x-rays and everything, allegedly. The alleged x-rays was sent to me. And I put the information out there, along with, that doctor's note from the guy who actually seen, you know what I'm saying? This one right here, that Q. You can hit the replay on that. You know what I'm saying? You can hit the replay on that. But, yeah. He said he's going to be out about 2 months. Ronnie Shields said Jermell wasn't in the right mind due to his divorce on War a Week Radio. Okay. Y'all can rewatch it. Ronnie said it. I didn't. Okay. I would definitely pay attention to that. I would check that out, Tony. No doubt. Appreciate you, brother, for dropping the jewel. Now I got to be nosy, goddammit. I have to be nosy. Seriously. Because it's some friction now. Boy, it's going to be some friction. It's going to be some friction. He went on there to that podcast. Don't let me pull up the audio. I'm trying to pull up the audio right now. Since you mentioned it, y'all hit the like button while I'm trying to, dig on this gem that Tony dropped in the chat. I'm trying to see for myself. I'm trying to see, can I find out where Ronnie Shields was at? Y'all do me a favor and hit the like button if you don't mind. It's important. It's very important. Okay. This is it right here. Okay, people. I do have the audios. So, shout out to the War Week Radio. And I'm going to try to find the audio as we go along, play it, but I'm going to get back to the chat right quick. Running confirmed what I was thinking. Yeah, I'm about to play the audio to that. I'm about to play the audio to this. Shout out to Truly Israel on deck with a super chat. $10 in the building. Salute WCS. Thank you for the advice. Boxing Talk. We need more channels like you, and I see you and everybody. Chat room. Show me love. Shout out to you, brother. Appreciate you supporting the channel. Real talk. It's good to see those colors come through the live chat of those who voluntarily support the channel. It's much appreciated. One love to you and everybody else, man. Thank you. Appreciate you, man, with the $10 super chat. Everything helps, man. Everything helps the cause, man. Real talk. Shaw News and Sauce Experience, aka Showtime Shaw, said, I'm telling Charlo fax me a doctor's note so I can call out tomorrow. We've been battling blizzards all weekend. Yo, man, that's crazy, man. Bad weather. For real. Bad weather. Let me bring up this. And we're gonna listen to some freaking audio, man. We're gonna listen to some audio, shawty. And you know what? I'm not gonna show the video. You don't need to show a video like this. But shout out. And this is the site Real Boxing with Coach Ray Shields, Tank Ryan Progress Cepeda. This is from War a Week Radio Network. So let's rip.
Yeah, that's good for you, man. Oh, Chihuahua, man. Yeah, I'd rather spend 100 rock, man, or 200 rock at Bruce Chris. That's what I'd like to do. Well, I tell you what, before we move forward, guys, let's give a shout out to some of our dear friends in the chat.
I'm kind of fast from it.
Sir.
Absolutely. I think so. Look, both guys want to fight, but here's the thing, right? Neither guy can take the opponent they give it at a fight lightly. Because this Hector Garcia is a really good fighter. That Tank is fighting.
He sure is.
So
trade. He loves to sit in the pocket and trade, and he's been knocked down before.
Right.
Do you think he'll actually have that same confidence against?
And this is on the fly, y'all, so I'm trying to get to the point of reference. Just be patient. Man, what type of time you on, man? Shouldn't take this just a fast forward.
We're working. Man. I said, well, what is it? Because Gervonta Davis just shouted out. He gave a tweet, said he was going to be in D.C. Is the Ryan Garcia deal dead? And they said, no, we're working on both. Well, I assumed, and this is what I get for assuming, right? I assumed they meant one or the other. Not literally both, but nope, they meant actually both. So once again, guys, Gervonta Tank Davis, they announced that they struck a deal with Ryan Garcia for April 15th on Showtime pay-per-view in Las Vegas, Nevada. But then come to discover that nothing has been signed. The only contracts that have been signed have been Tank Davis versus Hector and a very, very good guy like Bob Santos. Two in a perfect world, coach, if you're promoting the Ryan Garcia fight, so they basically conceded to everything, even though you can purchase this as a fan on the DAZN platform. It's going to be a Showtime broadcast and a Showtime pay-per-view. Did you expect anything less, Coach Ronnie?
No, not at all.
But yes, a lot of talent.
And that's what the people really want. So they give it.
With this.
Yeah, I do agree with it. Look, here's the thing, right? You know, it's a 50-50 fight in my book. I think this is a 50-50 fight. But so many people.
One of the reasons why fans are like so excited for this matchup is because you can't imagine either guy getting to the final bell.
Yeah.
Both guys are not.
Come on, get to the Jermell Charlo. Good Lord, man. That's how they keep you vested. Cause, oh, boy.
Now. Oh, and John McSmith Earth to Major Joseph. You know what? That's a
I wish it was a time code.
necessity. This is being thrust upon us on the pay-per-view revenue stream. You know what? Shout out to Marv Nation Promotion supporting this endeavor, right? Because these two guys are all class. Both Jose Cepeda and Regis Prograis this past Saturday.
Hopefully somebody can tell me the timestamp. If y'all know the timestamp on this freaking video, let me know.
That you're not used to seeing, and he makes you look bad. Look, everybody have.
I'm aiming to hit this.
In a Fight of the Year candidate against Virgil Ortiz.
Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Get to the next clip.
Shit. Oh man. That might be
I'm about to get up out of here with this video, rather, because it's taking forever to freaking get to Jermell Charlo. Because I would like to have heard him say that, and put it out there.
In this event, and tell us about David Stevens. Now, he was on the show several.
Come on, man. Come on, man. It can't be at the very, very end. That'll be crazy. You talk about your fighter and training at the very end of the PC. Why is it taking so long to...
me. And then, of course, December 3rd, David Stevens in Philadelphia. And then on December 11th at the WBA convention, I got a little kid. He's 2-0-1.
Nope. We can come back to that. I'm just trying to find out. Maybe it's at the beginning or whatever. It just seems like they started off talking about Gervonta.
Trade. He loves to sit in the pocket and trade, and he's
No.
And we'll get into that right now. Number one, fact or fiction, Coach. Tank.
You know, I'm gonna have to abort mission on this.
No, we just want to eat, get fat, and watch the.
I'm gonna have to abort mission on this because I cannot find it. You know what I'm saying? And I will try one more. Let me see. I'm gonna try one other method. So I'm thinking this couldn't be the Munguia fight that they're talking about. Let me see. Was it Munguia fight? I hope this information is not dealing with the Munguia fight because I did. Let me see what happened. I hope this is not something that's old dealing with the Munguia fight. Okay, so this definitely not it. That wasn't it. You know? That wasn't it. I'll have to find it and do another live on it. But let me get back to the chat, man. Appreciate y'all. I'm just being, patient. Tyrese say 50-50, huh? Hey, when you hear trainers talking about 50-50, you got to think about politics there, Tyrese. You got to always think about watching what you say, and if that person link up with that other fighter, who knows, why people say things like that, 50-50 for certain fighters, and make it seem like they want to be neutral. But boxing is a very, very biased sport on the outside, but inside, you find, you still have bias, but not as much as reporting on it. Like the bias that you're going to have is certain camps being acquainted with one another, training, a sense of friendship or loyalty. So they come up and say certain things like, who do you think gonna win? Like you ask Danny Garcia who's gonna win between Crawford and Spence. He's gonna say Spence because that's his boy. He's from Long Island, and no matter what nobody say, that's his people. You know what I'm saying? You ask your Chris Stevenson if Keyshawn Davis, who would win between Keyshawn and Frank Martin, he gonna say Keyshawn. That's his fam. That's his boy. You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna be like that. So when you hear a coach say 50-50 or whatever the case, man, I don't know. It has to do with politics, though. It has to do with keeping the peace, so to speak. It has to do with, potentially getting work. You know what I'm saying? Over where that fighter's at. Who knows, man? Who knows, man? It's so many roadways, man. Corners, dips and turns in boxing. It's just so much that's going on. Like, you wouldn't believe, I remember a boxer coming here and getting some training in for a certain legendary fighter. And they put him through a hellified training regime and put him in sparring. And he actually, kind of stepped out the ring a little bit earlier than he's supposed to. And I'm saying to myself, why? It looked like you having an easy time with this sparring partner. And this place was like the dungeon, real talk. It wasn't no well-lit gym or nothing. It's just a place where somebody was paying rent and felt that they can have fighters come into the area, have natural light majority of the day, and work out. Well, they said, no, time for you to get out the ring, man. What you doing? Ain't time for you to get. And then he went in there and stopped his sparring partner. That's fact, man. You know what I'm saying? Seen it with my own eyes. The travels of boxing is just crazy, and this is no different. We seeing right here, like this is a different level of boxing. Where we seeing this play out in front of our eyes. 3 fighters under the same promotional umbrella, TGB, and they all have injuries. And it's not like they have the same coach. They don't have the same coach. Jermell Charlo doesn't have the same coach as Jermell Charlo. And even Spence doesn't have the same coach as Jermell Charlo. You know what I'm saying? Like, Spence is with DJ, and then he's probably with somebody else. Jermell Charlo is with DJ some of the time, but he's with somebody else. Coach Guzman too. They have different trainers, coaches, whatever the case may be. But for all of them to get injured when we're looking for them to step into the ring, and the only big name that's out of the trio, in my opinion, that people was looking forward to is Aerosmith, of course. But Jermell Charlo, man, he has all the belts, man. He's like Rodney Dangerfield right now. But a different type of Dangerfield, because for him, instead of him telling jokes, he's getting looked at as a joke. The reason why I say that, because he treats people like crap all the time, and he really don't seem to care about his fan base. You feel me? So he has all these belts. Really, no one is pitching or trying to low crawl to get interviews because they know he's not accessible. They're not really trying to throw elbows to get close to this dude to get an interview because he's not accessible. He's not a user-friendly boxer. That's why he had the bottom of the per pound list as an undisputed titleist. You know what I'm saying? An undisputed titleist, man, and he's at the bottom of the list. And that's primarily, the way they treat some of these fighters, especially, some of these black fighters, man. If you ain't, on that shit, you ain't user friendly, and you like F this, F that, and you go around here being belligerent to people, that word get back, because everybody in to know somebody, But I don't know, it's disappointing. Jermell Charlo, he put out the doctor's note. The phalange is messed up. He has to let it heal. And we'll see whenever he turns back to the ring. Because he was able to win the belts and unify, right? But the respect level ain't there. The notoriety ain't there. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to be on a whole nother level, right? And that's not happening because his attitude. Very, very poor attitude, dog. And then his brother, I guess his best moment was hot boxing Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting over there next to Paul Pierce. I guess that was his brightest moment because he ain't did too much after that. There's been people that call him out. The dude was just seemed like he was intoxicated over there, speaking gibberish to freaking Bivol. It's just some bullshit that this dude got going on, man. God damn. They always in the media for shit, dog. God damn. He was arrested not too long ago for domestic shit. You know what I'm saying? With a family member. Man, I swear to God, bro. I swear to God, man. Like this stuff, like this, you got cats from all walks. I always said cats from all walks of life. Real talk, but when they be getting in trouble with this shit, and certain people are fans of the Charlos and they don't get to see them lace up and get back in the square, I don't know. Jamal Neezy on deck, man. What's good, Jamal? Salute WCS in the chat. Salute to you, brother. Dun Dot on deck. They gave DJ all the credit when Guzman is the one that worked the game plan for Castaño rematch. True, that's true, man. And you saw Guzman hop up on the rope, on ringside rather, after that fight. He said, "I love you, man. I love you." And Guzman's eyes were so wide. He's like, "Yeah." You know what I'm saying? I like Guzman, man, for real. It just seems like he can get you motivated to get into to practice. Like, we all know the history with Errol Spence. Errol Spence, when they tried to link him up with DJ, he didn't want DJ as a trainer. He didn't like him. I don't know why that was, but he's on record as saying that. He didn't like DJ. But they end up somehow developing a boxing matrimony, which we don't even know if it's something that's very solid behind the scenes. All we know is he's stepping in the ring and he's getting it done. He's still undefeated. But the disappointment is seeing how overweight he was. You all need to relinquish the ignorance a little bit. I'm not talking about the ones in the chat. I'm talking about the ones who say that I be hating on Errol and he's not fat and out of shape. It is just the clothes he had on. You're delusional. You're acutely delusional, to be honest. If you couldn't look at him and say that this man is not in fight shape and he was supposed to step in the ring potentially in December, and he couldn't even goddamn step in the square and split the ropes to help one of his fighters and Frank Martin, you couldn't help him out? You wasn't in fight shape? You couldn't find an opponent to step in there? So you had to create a freaking accident scene? And then, look, I said it right off the rip. I didn't believe in that accident. And then at least Jermell Charlo came out with a doctor's note. We haven't heard anything from Spence yet. We haven't heard anything come down the pipe about the 14-year-old except what I showed you in the beginning of this live. You know, those rare sightings. That's the only thing I've seen. I haven't seen no damn police report. I've seen no doctor's report. You know, we've seen footage of Spence walking at that Frank Martin fight. He was freaking goddamn Edwin Moses on the freaking 400-meter hurdles, man. Dude was about to act like he was about to film another O.J. Simpson commercial when he was jumping over shit. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day when he was in shit. He didn't look like he was injured to nobody, but he did look like he had been at the dessert factory enjoying some freaking ice cream sundaes. He did look pudgy. And that can come from a various of things. But he looked pudgy, man. He looked pudgy regardless of what clothes people want to look at. Dude looked big, man. Like he looked like he was down 185, 200. He looked big, man. You can tell by his head, his gut. You could tell, man, he had some weight on him. But yet, of course, the aerosexuals come over here and defend him and say, you know, all that shit you saying, that ain't true. He looked like he was in fight shape. And then, of course, he rehydrates off that. And you know how the body responds. No, I don't know how the body. Tell me how Errol Spence's body responded to rehydration. When was he ever in camp, dog? Because when the audio was leaked, he told me he just got back from Disneyland with his girls. So when was he in fight camp if he was going to fight November? Whatever. Needs to say, I'm drunk like EJ, so I want to hear some ish talk. For real, man. You on that yak. You on that yak, dog. You feel me? You on that yak. He said Jermell Charlo is disrespectful to his fan base. They quick to talk about Crawford don't sell. Man, he doesn't sell. He can't sell out in Houston, Texas. Bro, that is absolutely true, man. Like, how can you and your twin have a pay-per-view together and the numbers are dismal. How is that possible? You and your brother, they try to split it up as a 2-part segment. Nobody wasn't buying that shit. They was sober as fuck. They was like, huh? What did Kevin Gates say? He sobered up by paying attention. People's paying attention, dog. Explain this to me. Errol Spence, truth be told, he ain't sold out AT&T. Let's be honest with ourselves. Errol Spence did not sell out AT&T Stadium max capacity. They never opened up that stadium. Y'all know how big that is? He ain't never freaking sold out that shit. He just was able to do solid numbers with the allotted tickets that was given for him and Mikey Garcia. He's never came close to that freaking numbers of those ticket sales outside of Mikey Garcia. But he has the opportunity to. And we may never see it. We may never see it. And I've been on record as saying I want him to fight somebody else. I want him to go out there and fight Jermell Charlo. Now, we have Raggedy Ann and Andy, up here talking about I'm gonna put a wrench in that. How does a boxer come in between another boxer saying he ain't gonna fight? And then when Crawford called out Jermell was like deflecting back down to Errol Spence. Like neither one of these dudes seem like they want to fight one man. But every day you hear the ridicule thrown at Terrence Crawford, who's called Errol Spence. He sent the tweet out to spin the block, and he's called out damn Jermell Charlo. What more do you want? What more do you freaking want, bro? I thought this was fighting. This is what boxing was about, man. You got a problem with somebody, you step in the ring and handle it. But this day and time, man, these dudes just sitting out, going to the store shopping, trying to find outfits. You know what I'm saying? Going to the strawberry freaking bodega, getting some special strawberries made and shit. Edwin Moses, yeah, man, he was looking like Edwin Moses running through that motherfucker hurdling shit. His own team said, this is the fastest I done seen Errol run. Your own team member. Maybe you need to get rid of him because he goddamn put that sound bite out. I'm going to grab that sound bite too. Believe me, I'm going to screen record. I'm going to grab that. Okay, Rakib said, WCS said my content was taken out of content. Pardon me. The bag is on Bud from 147 and 60 all day. Respect your channel and input. Appreciate your advice as well. Peace and blessing. Rakeem, man, look. I wasn't serious about any of that. I just said that you came over here explaining that if it was a breakage, he would be in the cast. Only thing I was doing is making light of how he's taking it serious. And the only thing you did was come over here outside of the intro. Like you came over here a little bit later. So you really didn't know what was going on. But you had to know what was going on because you seen the picture. You know what I'm saying? That picture that you commented on is not on my thumbnail. So you had to hit the replay to see what was going on. And you would have known that I was just sitting up here ad-libbing. That's it. That's all I was doing, man. It's the day after Christmas. I was ad-libbing instead of talking about the same stuff. I was just ad-libbing some shit, bro. It wasn't that serious, man. I appreciate you pulling up. It wasn't that serious, dog. They put him on blast and said he was moving extra fast. He did, man. You know, I mean, where that guy at, man? Maybe you should do a background check on him. He ain't playing as a team, dog. he on some other stuff. He said this is the fastest I've seen Errol Spence. Damn, he exposed you, dog. You was moving fast as hell. And other people up here saying, you know, people up here going Brian Custer shit, where you say stuff start to hurt, but it's none of that I believe, because Errol Spence went up to the ring and stepped out the ring just fine. Nothing was going on with him. He wasn't in a boot. He wasn't on the down. Nothing, bro. Like, You having a car accident and you up there smiling. You don't look shook. You don't look upset. You don't look like the freaking the mug shot that you took when you had your accident in October. None of that shit. It just seems like, I don't know, man. It seems like it's fictional to me. Some of your huge fanboys, they don't even want to do research and try to find out if it's a report out there. Where's the report? Is there a medical report? Is there a freaking police report? Where's the 14-year-old kid? What was he actually real or what? Where did this kid disappear to? I know people have told me, hey man, he's a minor, dog. Let him be, dog. Let him slide, man. He's a minor. But listen, it's plenty of news articles that come out and people report on, and they can mention a 14-year-old child without mentioning his name. They can put the damn incident report out. They do it all the time on minors. They describe who was that, just like they just recently had a stabbing incident. They had multiple people arrested, and they said within those ones that was arrested, it was 2 teenagers or something like that, a 13-year-old and I think a 15-year-old. But they put them out there in the report. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to Pop, man. Pop on deck, man. Salute to you. Why they want Boots Ennis to fight Crawford? He's coming for Spence. All Spence channels pushing that narrative. You see, the one thing about it, they can push that narrative all they want, man. But they're not in communication with nobody. The promotion, the sanctioning bodies, the managers, none of that shit. All they're in communication with is each other. And they're trying to come up with another thumbnail that talk the same gibberish doing at the beginning of the year. If the man has to defend his freaking IBF title in 100 days or something like that, 100 plus days, or be stripped, then guess what, people? It don't have shit to do with YTC. They putting it out there. The man has to defend his title. They're putting it out there. Point blank, period, underscore, enough said, man. The YTC cannot move the needle on this situation. As we look back, Team Ennis had already put it out there that they petitioned the IBF. So I get it. They really did petition because now it's mandated. So it's 2 sides to the burger now. Either you're going to cook for that undisputed and sign and go in there and get stepped on, or 2, you're going to goddamn leave that other side uncooked and vacate the title. Which one you going to do there, Errol? Man, you know, inquiring minds want to know all day, all night. We want to know what you got popping, because right now you look fat and it look like you don't have no chance. I don't know. You're not signed up for VADA, but you might be able to come in here and cut that shit down short. You're not signed up for VADA. So I want to know when you're going to get back in VADA, if you are. And are you about to damn get off that IBF title because you got that Philly goddamn Philadelphia boots? That Philadelphia brawler. That bruise about to come to your doorstep, bro. And they keep on talking about Crawford. No, keep Boots in your mouth and project him right there on the doorstep of Errol Spence. That's just what you need. Which one? Which side of the burger you gonna let cook? Undisputed like everybody says, or you gonna goddamn vacate that IBF and say, well, I was taken back by Crawford. I didn't have an option. I was taken back. But yet, you got Ryan Garcia going in there. He getting off an opponent. He said, I'm going straight in there to fight Gervonta Davis in April. I don't need a tune-up. And he's at a lighter weight class. He's less established than you are. Who would have known I would use Ryan Garcia as an example for someone not to duck. Because it seems like Errol Spence is the duck Masters Coalition right now. Because he don't seem like he's in shape. He ain't trying to get in shape. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes down to it, if Boots' name come up and they able to get down that weight, he's just going to come off the titles. He going to vacate. That's all. So he might still want to fight Crawford. Possibly. You know, get off the IBL, fight Crawford for the unification. And then Crawford may benefit to fight Boots for undisputed. And then we might see that happen. It still can work. It still can work. It all depends. It still can work. And then, of course, Crawford has a freaking, he has a mandatory coming up in May. So we'll see how this damn turns out, man. We'll see how this turns out. EJ looking like Bill Cosby eating pudding pops. Take that sweater off. Take that sweater off, dog, so we can see it hang and bounce, man. We'll think we're in a yo-yo convention. You know, motherfuckers start throwing you string up that motherfucker, dog. You know what I'm saying? What's it bouncing up and down? Somebody give me some string. I ain't know we was at the yo-yo convention. Get some string. True Meters Today, USA Boxing. Coach Malachi on deck, man. What's good with it, Coach? How you feeling today, man? Peace at WCS, my brother. Please hit the like button for my brother. No doubt, man. Appreciate it. Like what Coach said, you know what I'm saying? Please hit the like button. Appreciate you. But that's where we at. You're right, man. Like, he's not in shape. And y'all be sure to sub to these channels that's in the chat, man. Shot News the Sauce Experience. You know what I'm saying? True Meters Today. You know what I'm saying? Changing Levels. Bruce Gas Boxing Jazz and more. Be sure to Lost Art of Boxing. Be sure to subscribe to these channels, man. It's not gonna hurt. Sub to the channels, man. Show them support. And appreciate the Israel for that $10 super chat earlier. But when it comes down to changes, the good thing about it, the IBF don't play, like we all know. They will get down to the nitty gritty. And if he has 100 days to make up his mind on what he's going to do, like I said before, he's coming off the belt or he's going to sign on to face Crawford. But I just don't like the way his weight look. I know we haven't made it into 2023 yet, but let's just say it's still ample amount of time. Let's just say him and Crawford comes in around April or May. It all depends, because like I tell people, I don't think Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis is going to fight in April. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't think so. But if they fight in April, then potentially we have an undisputed in April. Very, very interesting. You know what I'm saying? Because definitely they're not fighting on the same night. You know what I'm saying? They're not fighting on the same night. I'll tell you that. Crawford and Errol Spence is never going to be on the undercard of nobody like that. So I'm curious to know if they're going to fight in May, because that'll be ample amount of time for Spence to drop the fat. You know what I'm saying? Just like Coach said, that fat loyal fan base. That's some funny ass shit, man. Damn. I don't even call nobody fat. I try to use proper terms. Deconditioned. He's deconditioned. He's working on his BMI and BF. Give him time. He's trying to dial in his diet. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to dial in his diet, man. That's all I can say. And you know what's crazy about that is that, you know, the people out here calling bullshit on Mel Charlo hand injury. And this done made it to the point where people are doing freaking articles on it. They're writing articles on it. And I know to him, that probably pissed him the hell off. He had to go to the doctor, put up a little cash, and have them send that doctor's note out to the public. But something's going on with the avoidance, man, of these guys stepping into the ring, and nobody's really talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's really talking about that. It just gets to a point of boredom. I ain't gonna lie to you. When I see all these channels up here, just creating, reality TV fictional storylines and just clickbait, it's not even something that has to do with fresh information. It's just old, regurgitated, stale vomit. That's all it is. It's nothing new. It's nothing new. You're talking about scenario-based titles. Bad idea. Errol Spence warns Terrence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Bad idea. Terrence Crawford left negotiations. Now PBC unwilling to make the fight. I mean, if boxing is that freaking petty, man, nobody would be fighting, really. I mean, I always go back to Teofimo Lopez. How can y'all sit up here and say that they're not going to do business with Terrence Crawford for walking away? But Teofimo Lopez negotiated his contract when he was fighting Lomachenko. He negotiated his contract for $800K more to fight Lomachenko, y'all. And he's not even a pay-per-view star. Due to the non-pay-per-view scale of $2 million, he maximized that $2 million. Not only that, he forced him into a purse bid for the Kambosos fight. Now, a lot of people are going to say that imploded in his face, but it didn't stop his movement. He ended up getting a fight with on a different network, right? And he lost his titles, but it still didn't slow him down. You know what I'm saying? He still was able to do. My whole point for talking, for mentioning his name is they wasn't really sweating him when he stood his ground and negotiated $800K more. But yet we still have black fighters out here all mad that what Demetrius Andrade did. And then they get mad and talk about Terrence Crawford when he wants to challenge and take risks to cement more layers to his legacy. People up here tripping. Mel Charlo, somebody he should humble himself, take less money, be quiet. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to be the challenge. And then you got Errol Spence jumping in between his pom-poms and say, if Terrence Crawford ain't fighting me, he ain't fighting Mel. I mean, what is going on there, bro? It's like for breakfast they have cotton candy and Kool-Aid. They have cotton candy and Kool-Aid. All that sweet shit, dog. Give me some Oreo cookies, please. Yeah, double stuff. Yeah, I like those Oreos. And give me some warm milk. Hey, Errol, man. You're up to 205, dog. Man, I ain't worried about that, man. Shit, I'm gonna get that shit. I ain't for Vada. Fuck that, man. I ain't signing up for no Vada. I'm gonna get that shit off the easy way, the shortcut way, nigga. Shit. Don't worry about it. Hey, give me some more. What them double stuff, man? Come on, give me my double stuff. Give me my double stuff. Yeah, there you go. Where the milk at? Aww. Stop it, man. Stop. Oh, it's so warm. The milk is so warm. It's so warm, dog. I could never get over that shit, dog. The milk is so warm. Man, that was a good play. That was a good play in right there, man. Take bath water to milk. Why they say Boots ends to fight Crawford? He's coming for Spence. I see all the Spence channel pushing the narrative. EJ looking like Bill Cosby. Hey, man. Hey, y'all do me a favor and hit the like button out the door, man. I'm about to bounce. You know what I'm saying? I'll be live on AB, because they saying AB is hard at work. You know what I'm saying? I bet it. I bet. You know what I'm saying? AB hard at work, no doubt. He need to be. I truly want him to come down here to the A and freaking make weight. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how the A is going to receive him, because like I said before, we have a reflection down here with his opponent, Ivan Redcatch. He quit. People was booing and shit. Luckily, it wasn't a full stadium. It was just one side of the stadium, but it was still, a good amount of people over here. And he quit. Now he's coming back down here. Maybe they forgot. Maybe the ATL people forgot. We starving for boxing anyway. Maybe they forgot that he quit, and he went out on the stretcher because he knew he had quit. But yet he's fighting AB, and I don't know what was said. Like, if BLK allow them to pick their opponent, hey, believe what you want to believe, man. Believe what you want to believe. I don't care. And lastly, Tony Harrison. So I remember earlier Mr. Paz had mentioned Tony Harrison stepping in for Jermell Charlo to fight Tim Tszyu. That is not an easy fight for Tim Tszyu. That is not an easy fight, man. I would like to see Tony Harrison back in the square. He looked good his last. Definitely. If Tim Tszyu want to take that risk against Tony Harrison, it might mess up the apple cart, man. You never freaking know. Tony Harrison is a superb boxer. You just seen his protege, champion, unified champion, Alicia Baumgartner, go in there and defeat Michaela Mayer. You did see some Tony Harrison in the way she was fighting. I would definitely like to see him get an opportunity to step in there with Tszyu. He's saying he's in shape. I like Tony Harrison, man. I like Tony Harrison. That dude right there had one of the best press conferences. You know what I'm saying? He had one of the best upsets. Seriously. And I was able to talk to him a couple of times. So, I hope he get that fight with Tim Tszyu. Seriously. But y'all hold it down, man. Turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports, man. Continue to support. Hit the like button on your way out.